Okay, so Victory Australia is a really an amazing chance to stop the industrial destruction of the Great Barrier Reef by stopping the coal seam gas developments like fracking, which so clearly contaminates the water and air, and stopping the coal mines, the largest coal mine in the world, the Adani coal mine, the Alpha coal mine. And it's a massive expansion of coal and gas right now in Australia that will absolutely escalate the contamination of the ecosystem. Some would say that might bring about an increase in parts per million of carbon and cause climate change. And all the scientists agree, all of the best coral reef scientists agree that this massive expansion of mining is going to bring about the physical destruction of the Great Barrier Reef, which is one of the 7 natural wonders of the world, and there's no amount of money that it's more valuable than protecting this ecosystem of the most beautiful expression of life you could imagine. So this is the only existing international legal case that has the power to stop the industrialists who are intent on a short-term allocation of jobs, a little bit of profit that's probably like scuffled off to some tax haven anyway, and so very little tax benefit to the country. And you know, even if you did consider the jobs and the tax to be beneficial, the cost of polluting your own health is seriously not worth it. So many Australians agree with this. We've been trying to fundraise, doing applications to funds, talking to all sorts of people, high net worths, to fundraise, but it's very difficult to find someone. In fact, one of the top scientists in the country said to me today, Australians are not very philanthropic. But the thing is there's just this protecting the Great Barrier Reef is so important. There's no other legal case that has the power over the Australian judicial system who are not willing to rule against mining because it's the predominant economic culture. So we need this court which is impartial, who can judge to protect global populations and judge to protect the Great Barrier Reef, which is an asset of international concern. This case can do it. It exists. I placed it in 2015, and it was largely focused against the Prime Minister at that time, Tony Abbott. Within a week of the placing it with the Court and the Queen, Tony Abbott was removed from power, and the case was put on hold until we're developing it again now. We have 3 months to put an updated submission to the court asking them to issue an interlocutory order to stop the Adani mine and stop the Alpha mine. These are the two mines that are impending that will cause imminent destruction of the ecosystems, populations and the reef. So we need this court to act in their responsibility to protect the Australian public. It's an amazing power. If this law comes to life, it changes everything. It establishes a legal precedent that will inspire decision makers all over the world to change their investment habits and turn away very rapidly from dirty industry in case they personally become liable for 30 years to life imprisonment. So they lose their freedom and they can lose all of their money. The court has the power to seize all directly related and indirectly related profits or wealth associated with the crime or the individuals committing the conduct of the crime. It's an amazing power because effectively, to do with the Alpha mine or the Adani mine, they could, for example, seize the wealth of Gina Reinhardt and Clive Palmer, put it in trust to be reallocated for the restoration and reparation of the reef, of the Great Barrier Reef, of all the communities that have been harmed by mining, who are sick. You know, people have been arguing on some of our posts about mining being good and it's worth compromising the ecosystem a little bit so we can have power and quality of life. But the communities that we are sacrificing are very sick from the mining. It's not acceptable. There are clean alternatives and super new technologies which have zero environmental harm. And they're the technologies we need to bring to market. That's a whole nother video. Anyway, the point is that we have this incredible chance. If this legal precedent is established, it forces the transition to sustainable energy because decision makers all around the world will know that they can be held criminally accountable for this crime. It is epic. So we need your support, seriously. I've been self-funding this work for 10 years, since I found this law 6 years ago. I've self-funded 6 cases to the court, but this is different. We need a full execution team for the next 3 months, April, May, June, to bring the Victory Australia case to life, to get this next submission to the court, to get it to the court with maximum public support, and ask the court to act to protect the population, which is why they are there. They have the power to prevent crime. It's a huge change-making law. Anyway, please consider donating. You can donate at miriam.clements@sustainablequalitypremium.com on PayPal. That's miriam.clements@sustainablequalitypremium.com via PayPal, or we have this GoFundMe, which hopefully we figure out the payment system on. And then you can donate via that. Anyway, thank you for taking the time, as always, to listen to me. And it would be amazing if you get on board and support. Give the signal, but my hands are full. Something like this, Victory Australia. Anyway, thank you for listening, and please support. Okay, I have to add something very important, and since this is a GoFundMe campaign video, what I've proposed, because I professionally produce parties, Hollywood parties at the Cannes Film Festival, things like that, that if we get adequate support through GoFundMe, like where our target is 250,000, but if we receive anywhere near that, given that I've set the ask at 10 euros, we will throw a party, like a world-class party as a thank you. And if you donate over $100 to the campaign, and we get at least $1,000 in donations, then we will also send you a t-shirt, a Victory Australia t-shirt as a thank you. So you'll get a t-shirt for over $100 and an invitation to an incredible epic party, because that I can certainly produce. So that is that's our agenda, is to defend the Great Barrier Reef with a world-class party, which I think is totally doing the job in style. So yeah, please consider supporting our campaign and helping us along with this. This is a really powerful action to defend the reef and to transition the economy and make the decision makers choose sustainable investments over dirty investments for the best possible choices to not pollute our water, air, soils and oceans. Thank you. Have a great day.